Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Wilkes University Colonels basketball here on the John Mendola Show YouTube channel. As we get to today's matchup, it is Eastern University and Wilkes University. We're getting to the starting lineups right now. Maddie Kelly will get the start today, along with number 13, Gabby Schmidt-Cherko, 24, Kendra Smith, 25, Ashley Castor, and number 35, Gab Giordano for Coach Tara Machado here this afternoon. Of course, the Eastern University Eagles here, they are 5-13, 0-7 in the MAC. Colonels 3-4 in the MAC, and that's a good thing for the Colonels. Get some good wins here. We take a quick audio timeout here. I'll be right back. So the Eastern University lineup starters: Denasia Brown, Bryn Schmidt, Jalen Harris, Mary Kate McLaughlin, and Vicky Knice. As Wilkes and Eastern will tip off here at St. David's, Pennsylvania. So they'll start the ball off. It will be Eastern ball. Jalen Harris will control. Reggie Robinson, the leading scorer for Eastern, not playing today. And Wilkes beat Eastern the last time in overtime at home. Ball movement from the outside, and it's going to go off Wilkes' knee, and it'll stay Eastern basketball after that initial shot. So the men all gathered for Wilkes University in the stands, and we'll watch the women and get ready to play their tough matchup against Eastern. That'll be coming up about 3 o'clock. So early on, a shot by Mary Kate McLaughlin. We'll get Eastern on the board first, 2-0. Ball movement here from Wilkes and moving around the horn. Giordano gets it in, then Giordano gets it back from the outside. Gab Giordano from the outside. 3-2 is the score advantage. Wilkes here early in this first quarter. Play quarters here for the women, and we'll play halves for the men. So ball movement here from Eastern. It'll be Bryn Schmidt dribbling back in over to Denasia Brown. Back will be Schmidt taking the shot. She'll be off the mark. Rebound will go to Eastern underneath. That'll be Knice. And then a battle on the floor back into Knice. She'll kick it back out, back over, and a three-point attempt here, and it goes by Jalen Harris, the freshman out of Richmond, Virginia. So how quickly Eastern takes the lead back, 5-3, the advantage for them, and the Colonels now getting their stuff going on the half-court set. Maddie Kelly gets the ball over to Schmidt. Kendra Smith out of Hughesville. Giordano for another three. Long on that, and Eastern comes up with a rebound. So Eric Houston in that last game couldn't believe the way things went. He was pretty adamant off the bench and didn't like some of the calls and different things, but his team's struggling this year at 5-13 and no wins in the MAC. He's got to get something. Has an opportunity today against Wilkes. Harris for the three. She hits another one. So Jalen Harris hits her second three, and 8-3 the Eagles lead the Colonels. They get it over to the corner, trying to drive baseline. Smacherko can't get it in. Gets her own rebound, puts it up and in. So Gabby Smacherko with a little bit of hustle and able to connect on that and get that ball in. 8-5, the score, 7:33 on the clock here at Eastern University. Ball goes out of bounds and it goes off of the Eagles. It'll be Wilkes' ball. Last time these two played, it was 82-75, and mentioned it went in overtime. That was the first win from Wilkes over Eastern since 2010, so technically 9 years in the making. Maybe 8 seasons, though. Giordano way downtown. It's going to be long. Maddie Kelly battling under there, but didn't want to do an over-the-back play. And here comes Eastern with the basketball down court. Harris again for three. Harris hits her third three. So Jalen Harris is on fire. 11-5. She's hit 3 threes, 6:59 on the clock. Wilkes just has to defend her at this point. Maddie Kelly tries to go up and in. She is going to get fouled. I think that foul's going to go against McLaughlin. .6:54 on the clock, and Kelly will head over to the free throw line. Free throw comes up short right off the front of the rim. Comes the second free throw out of Kelly. That one connects. So if you like the numbers, and they're lucky for you, 11-7 is what we have here at Eastern. Harris back with that basketball. 3 3-pointers out of the 11 points for the Eagles so far this afternoon. A steal here. Smacherko. Gabby Smacherko, like she was shot out of a cannon, steals that basketball, goes and finishes. It's now a 2-point game. Wilkes trailing. 6:25 on the clock. Ball gets over to Naomi Harris, number 23. Jalen Harris is number 22, the one with the 3 threes today. Mary Kate McLaughlin. Who's open? Harris just misses that one. Almost rimmed back in. Great hustle by Kendra Smith. Maybe a little too much. She's out of bounds. That's better than the foul because Kendra Smith is not afraid to scrap and fight and do whatever she's got to do to be tight in this ball game. So no substitutions yet by Wilkes. We've seen Eastern have a few. And again, their leading scorer is not playing today. Skip pass. Now they get it in. Goes under to Kanice. They call it travel on Kanice. .5:42 on the clock. And here comes Gab Giordano with the basketball. A half-court set, 5:33 on the clock. Kelly thought she double dribbled. They didn't call it. She spun around twice. She kind of paused for a half a second. So it'll be Wilkes with the ball with 12 seconds on the shot clock. And here comes Wilkes on the inbound. They'll get this thing in. Thought she was going to go to Smith. It's going to be a turnover. So the Eagles get the basketball coming the other way. Manika Glenn, and it's out of bounds. She was a big energy ball. She's a sophomore out of Philadelphia. Newman Goretti, the school, everybody pretty familiar with that from some of our local high schools who played them. Alfano will get into the game here early. So Alyssa Alfano is a junior. She's out of Dunmore, Pennsylvania, went to Holy Cross High School. Her and Gab Giordano Short shot there for three. Giordano come up with the rebound. She got Kelly by herself, and now she's got three people around her. She's trapped, gets rid of it. Smecherko knifes through. Smecherko backdoors it and gets fouled. She'll head over to the free throw line. 5:05 on the clock. Coach Machako calls over her four starters. Free throw goes there from Smecherko. Confidence in Smecherko making something here for the free throw. And all four Wilkes defenders will be back. A replacement, they'll bring in number 5, Bryn Schmidt again for Eastern. And take out that three-point specialist, number 22 for Eastern, Jalen Harris, who has been on fire. She's got 9 of the 11 points. But we got 11-10 ball game here. The Eagles lead by 1. Three-point bucket here is long for the Eagles. Hustle goes to Castor. Castor's trapped. Castor gets out of it. Castor gets it over to Smecherko. Now to Giordano. Back over to Castor on the run. And Castor shoots and scores. So a lead for Wilkes down to 4:35 mark, 12-11 after that transition from Giordano to Ashley Castor. Eagles working the ball around the court. Schmidt goes up, doesn't make it. Great hustle there by McLaughlin. Ball still loose. Smecherko comes up with it. She's pushing forth. Get it over to the corner. Maddie Kelly for a long-range three. Nothing but air, and Eagles will have it. We'll get another substitution. Looks like it'll be Roberts coming in here for the Colonels. Eastern in a half-court set, trailing by 1 to Wilkes with 3:54 on the clock. John Mendola here on the John Mendola Show for the Wilkes University Colonels Basketball Network today. And that shot goes from the corner, and it'll be a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. We'll be back audio-wise here on the John Mendola Show, 14:12 Eastern. We are back to live action here after the timeout. Vanessa White-Cabbage gets into the ballgame here for the Colonels. And Roberts, we mentioned her, Alfano in the lineup as well. Wilkes working on their depth as the season goes on. Giordano stops and pops and misses. So she comes up a little bit short. And Eastern still has that 2-point advantage here with 3:19 on the clock. Open look. That shot from the outside does nothing but air for Eastern. So that missed shot there didn't make it. Rebound by number 4. So Schmidt missed it. Denasia Brown comes up with that. That shot there by McLaughlin, no go. Now we're coming the other way for Wilkes. It's White-Cabbage. White-Cabbage, Alfano. Alfano tried to get it underneath to Kelly and really forced it there. Didn't need to. Needed to just kind of get a decent set. That's kind of part of the theme is sometimes these teams will come down in college basketball and they kind of force it after a couple quick turnovers. Just looking for a quick set. Slow things down. 2-point lead here for Eastern in the first quarter. 2:46 on the clock. Eastern driving the ball. That shot is errant by Brown. Back outside goes to 23, Harris. And Naomi Harris misses that one. And Wilkes is trapped deep in their own area. And White-Cabbage finally gets it after Giordano was faced with some pressure. They forced it underneath to Roberts, and one, no! They say it was on the floor. Thought it was a continuation there because she got hit and threw it up at the same time. Should have been a good bucket, but they said underneath. .224 on the clock. Roberts gets stripped down low by Harris, and it goes out of bounds. Now here comes the basketball. They get it into Roberts a third time, and this one's short. Roberts again, a fourth time. This one's long. So 4 shots by Roberts. One of them resulted in a dead ball. She was not able to connect there. 2:09 on the clock. They kick it outside. And it's a jumper, goes long from number 12, Glenn. And it'll be a foul on Eastern. It'll be Wilkes University basketball. And their head coach, Eric Houston, trying to see if they could get a trap going. Kelly comes up with it. Now Glenn is going to be called with the foul. .203 on the clock. Giordano will inbound to Alfano. We got 5 team fouls now, an error on the scoreboard, so we'll get a free throw coming up here out of Maddie Kelly. So we're through most of the first quarter here. It's 14-12 Eastern. The women leading against the Colonels. Maddie Kelly's free throw is short again. Maddie's had 3 free throws. 2 of them have been short. And she gets a little more settled, and that one goes right there. Under 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. And it's now 14-13. Eastern by 1. Wilkes trying to get the cobwebs off and try to get some continuity offensively. They get it underneath. White Cabbage was guarding McLaughlin. Gave up a few inches there, and Eastern scores 16-13. Now it's Roberts at the top of the key trying to play offense. White Cabbage for 3. That's not going to make it. Kelly tried to battle underneath, and Eastern comes up with the rebound. Eastern with an opportunity to go up 6 if they hit a 3, but it's a steal by Wilkes. Alfano's got it. Alfano to Kelly when they finish. Yes! Gorgeous pass, gorgeous finish, and Wilkes gets the completion there, 16-15, 1:09 on the clock here in quarter number 1 as Eastern clinging to a 1-point advantage with their best scorer not playing today. Now they get it over to the corner, and driving right into the basket is a good bucket from the freshman Bryn Schmidt. So Schmidt is out of Gilbertsville. Long ranger from White Cabbage didn't go. Here comes Eastern the other way, 41 seconds. They got an advantage, a 2-on-1, and they completed. It's 20-15, 36 seconds on the clock. Giordano gets it into Roberts, and that goes off her fingers. Eastern has an opportunity here to get one more bucket before the half. Some turnovers here from Wilkes have been costly. .12 seconds on the clock. And a simple pass there from Eastern, and it's a turnover. And that's frustrating for Coach Eric Houston when you have him on the ropes here, and you could go up, 23-18, go up 8 points potentially. They turn it over, and now potentially could be a 2-point game. Giordano with a tight pass from Alfano. 4 seconds on the clock. Roberts draws contact. Nothing. And that's going to be the end of the quarter. 20-15. We'll be back with quarter number 2 here on the John Mendola Show, the Wilkes University Basketball Network. All right, we're on to quarter number 2 here between Wilkes and Eastern. 20-15 the score. Eastern with the lead without their leading scorer playing today. Alfano has the basketball. Stops. To get it into Roberts. Roberts makes a big man move underneath, tries to get it to go, and she is stopped in there by McLaughlin. Back comes Eastern. Half-court set here. And a big factor for them is number 12 comes off the bench. She really has some high energy, and she'll bring it. That is Monica Glenn. Moving around. Glenn with the ball, and Glenn to the rack, and Glenn, does she get the N1? Now that looks a little bit different on that one. They call it N1. I don't know how that different from Roberts' goal that went underneath earlier. Castor in, Roberts out. Got a couple of fouls. There's 9:22 on the clock here in the second quarter. Giordano. Eastern trying to give a little bit of trouble here with this press. See if Wilkes can finish this. Castor has the basketball. Castor takes it into the rack, and Castor scores. Nice athletic play there from Ashley Castor. 23-17 is where we're at. We're coming up under 9 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Eastern looking for their first win in the Freedom Conference this season. Now, Wilkes has been there before, a couple years now, but they've put together 3 MAC victories. Outside shot from Eastern, that 3 is no good. Good hustle by Eastern, but Ashley Castor comes up with it. Maddie Kelly now with the basketball. Out of Dallas, Kelly gets it to Giordano. Castor for a rare 3B. She doesn't make that one, and now Eastern comes down the other way. Eastern in transition, 8:25 on the clock, moving that ball around. We'll try to get it back over to number 22. Remember, Jalen Harris had 3 threes in that first quarter, first 9 of 11 points for them. They haven't looked for her since on the 3 part. She's hanging on that outside. No look. Now, nice left move by Vicky Canise. So Canise, number 11, a 5'11" sophomore out of Westchester, Pennsylvania, went to Henderson High School. Giordano likes to dribble in 4, 5, 6 feet. Takes the shot. Good sportsmanship there from Canise, picking Castor off the floor, but it'll be Eastern basketball. White Cabbage is going to go to the locker room. Not sure if she had some type of Charlie horse or something. Looked like a deep thigh injury. Let's see what that is. She's a factor here for the Colonels with some depth in the guard position. 7:42 on the clock right now. Shot from Eastern goes no-go, and Giordano gets the rebound. 25-17 to score. Colonels trail by 8. Beautiful pass, but Jericho gets stuffed. So Giordano gets it to Smacherko, and then we got a simpleton foul out of Alfano. So the officials look for a reset. 3 team fouls against Wilkes here to start this second half, and we're only 2.5 minutes into the ball game. McLaughlin, bad pass there. Castor just picked that off easily. Kelly for 3. That's off the mark. So Wilkes shooting abysmal from beyond the arc. Need to really just take it to the rack. Beautiful pass and a finish there. So number 24, McLaughlin, gets it inside to Vicky Canise. Makes it a 10-point advantage here for Eastern, looking for that first win in the conference. Smacherko's 3 is way off the mark as well. I think we're going to get a timeout here out of Wilkes University's coach Machako. Not sure. Just kind of trying to see if her team could weather the storm. Alfano watching inside. McLaughlin gets it, posts up Castor. Canise from top of the free throw. It's Giordano with a rebound. Wilkes will push the basketball, but they haven't had much luck finishing. They could push it, need to find a good-looking shot here. Giordano to the corner. Alfano for 3. And in and out. Kelly got it to go. Maddie Kelly working it 27-19 now. Eastern now pounded in. They got McLaughlin on Castor. That shot errant, and it's going to be Smicherko. Some tired bodies, only a couple make it down court, and the others dragging on both teams. Smicherko gets stuffed underneath. Kendra Smith will check back in. Alfano will come out. Outside shot from Wilkes, in and out. Kendra Smith hits the floor. And here comes Eastern pushing the pace. Maddie Kelly now has it. Maddie Kelly trying to get beyond. She gets fouled. Well, Maddie Kelly will get fouled there. Foul will be called on Naomi Harris, number 23. 5:33 on the clock. So Wilkes now has a half-court set. Kendra Smith to Maddie Kelly. Castor gets a pick. Giordano, corner, inside to Castor. Castor goes up and in. So Ashley Castor's been pretty consistent down low. Why can't we do that all the time? Looks like that's what everybody's thinking. 27-21 is the score right now. Travel from Eastern, so Wilkes gets an opportunity here. Maddie Kelly now with the basketball. Kendra Smith now, or past half court, it is Giordano. Kendra Smith switches sides. Work it in, Castor again. Castor nearly walked. Kelly for three, threw it up. Didn't look like a smooth throw up there from Kelly. 27-21, still the score. 4:30 on the clock. Eastern to move that basketball around. Denasia Brown. And a turnover by Eastern. Naomi Harris tried to get it in there, didn't do it. So the opportunities are there for Wilkes. They just can't put the basket in the ball in the basket, that is. And they missed yet another 8-footer. Smicherko missed on that one. Under 4 minutes to play here for Eastern. Now we're going to foul up top. I think it's going to go against Kelly. Substitution, Roberts will come back in now. Skip pass as they get it in. Now to be back over to number 12, Glenn. Glenn to Brown. Outside shot out of Schmidt. Didn't make it, and Brown comes up with a rebound for Eastern. 3:35 on the clock, and Wilkes trails 30-21, down 9, and missing a lot of opportunities today. Eastern looking to see if they can get their first conference win this year. 3-point shot there, no go by Brown, but good hustle by Eastern to come up with the rebound. Who's there but the freshman Schmidt. So Wilkes playing a 2-3 right now, and they'll get a carry on Harris. So 22 comes back in, Jalen Harris, the freshman. Inbound by the Colonels. Kendra Smith now with the basketball. Half court set. They trail by 9. Under 3 minutes to play. Need some instant offense, that's for sure. Giordano back over to Roberts on the outside. Looking in, seeing who the cutter is going to be. They've got Steph Kramer in the ball game now from Sullivan County. Kendra Smith's three is no good. Those threes just aren't working. You need some twos here, Wilkes. The threes just aren't going in. and you're trailing by 9. 2:36 on the clock. Outside shot for Eastern. It's a 3, and it goes. Denasia Brown downtown. Colonels Smacherko and 1. So Giordano fit that pass in a very tight window, like the size of a loaf of bread, able to make a one dribble, get it in, and get fouled. 33-23. Here comes Smacherko on the free throw. No go, battle underneath, it goes to Eastern. 2:10 on the clock. They try to throw it into McLaughlin. Just a little errant throw, and it'll be Wilkes University basketball. .209 on the clock. Live college basketball here between Wilkes and Eastern. Giordano for 3. That one misses. Hustle over there by Giordano. They're going to get her for a foul. So we're under 2 minutes to go. And Eastern is on the free throw line. Those 5 team fouls out of Wilkes. Let's put Harris on the free throw line. That second free throw goes as well. 35-23, Wilkes down 12, 153 in the first half against a winless Eastern team in the Freedom Conference. Kendra Smith smart enough to draw a foul. Third team foul out of Eastern. We're down to 1:47 on the clock. Smith now. Dribbles over and it gets knocked out of bounds. It's going to be Wilkes' ball. Coach Eric Houston trying to work the refs over there, see if he can get a call. .141 on the clock. Giordano trying to get it in. They call a quick 5. Coach Machaco can't believe it. That felt like 3. 1:35 on the clock. 35-23 is the score. Outside shot, and this one goes. And once again, who is this? It's the other Harris, number 23, Naomi Harris, the 5'5" sophomore. 37-23. Wilkes needs to pick it up. Offensive output, and Roberts gets fouled underneath. Free throw by Roberts upcoming here. That one goes. Free throw here by Roberts. Taking a long time between shots. That one goes. 37-25, 1:12 on the clock. Wilkes trying to apply some pressure, see if they can get a turnover here. Easter makes a pass half court. It's Naomi Harris with the basketball. Long shot there by number 22, Jalen Harris. 40-25, Eastern right now dominating the Colonels. Just can't find any instant offense. Down 15. 46 seconds on the clock. Roberts. Alfano to the corner. Alferio to Alfano. Alfano into Roberts. Roberts tries to get it in there as three girls around her and draws the foul. She'll head over to the free throw line with 33.2 seconds to go. Roberts' free throw goes. Free throw by Roberts goes. 13-point lead here from Eastern. Pressure by the Colonels. Getting close to halftime here as Canice now has the ball and under control. Back over to Harris. Back to the other Harris. No relation. One for Virginia and the other one from Connecticut for Eastern. Naomi and Jalen. Canice with 13 seconds scores the basket. 11-footer. Hits it, 42-27, 7 seconds on the clock. And a turnover from Alfano and then a foul. So Alyssa Alfano is a junior. Made a quick boo-boo there, the turnover, and then the foul. And now Eastern has an opportunity to score a couple more points with 3.2 seconds to go. Denasia Brown hits that free throw, the sophomore out of Chester, Pennsylvania. McLaughlin back in now, number 24. She's out of Sicklerville, New Jersey. And that free throw goes. So a mistake, 44-27, that's going to do it. Wilkes needs a big turnaround in the second half. They trail at Eastern. We'll be back for quarter number 3. All right, we're back to second half action here between Wilkes and Eastern. And opening shot there from the Colonels doesn't go. They kick it back out to Maddie Kelly. Trailing 44-27. Run from Schmidt-Cherko into Castor, and she gets fouled early. So the first half stats for Wilkes, not too impressive at all. Field goal percentage 31, three-point land 20. Well, I think that's, I'm sorry, that's Eastern. No, they got these mixed up. That's right. Wilkes 31 and 20% from three-point land in the first quarter. In the second quarter, they're 0%. So overall, 8% from three-point land. 1 of 12 from Wilkes beyond the arc. Field goal percentage at 27%. In the meantime, for Eastern, 47% from the field, 50% from three-point land. As the officials now explain something. Let's see what they got. They got some confusion here at the scorer's table with the official. All right, so Wilkes looks like Ashley Castor is going to shoot the free throw. So we know that's set. Not sure what the other confusion was with the official. Biggest lead of the game, 17 for Eastern. And that was our halftime score, 44-27. Eastern getting points off the bench. Eastern getting points in the paint. Eastern doing the job to have a 44-29 lead right now over the Colonels. Wilkes is going to need a big-time comeback. Rebound here for Wilkes. Cherko off the miss from Harris. Kendra Smith now. Stop it. So here Dono. Castor posting up. Back to Smith. Taking her time. Castor now switches with Giordano. Short amount of time on the shot clock, which causes Castor to force it. And here comes Eastern the other way, and Schmidt goes up and in. So Bryn Schmidt, the freshman, able to do the job. Shot pretty well the first half. Gab Giordano knifes through and gets a bucket. 46-31, a 15-point deficit here for Wilkes. Thanks for joining us here on the John Mendola Show, Wilkes University Broadcast Network. Colonels basketball. Missed shot there, no go for Eastern. They reset and get a reset on the shot clock. Still dragging around here is Eastern trying to figure out what they want to do. And that shot clock could go off here. They don't get it up and off. No way. Wilkes coming down the other way. Here comes Wilkes with a long ranger, and they hit one. How about that? It took forever for them to get a three, but they do it with Ashley Castor. 46-33, down to a 13-point deficit right now for the Colonels. Eastern jumper, no good. Kept alive, no. It's going to be Wilkes' ball. So trying to get her arm in there, number 24, that is, Mary Kate McLaughlin, unable to keep it alive. So Wilkes will have possession. 7:04 on the clock. Shot for Wilkes. Giordano for the three. No go. Smith, what a great hustle. And Giordano takes it to the rack and misses the bucket. But good hustle out of Kendra Smith, trying to get a little energy into these Colonels right now. It's 6:30 on the clock. 46-33 is the score. Eastern in front. Eastern, Kanice. Harris. The other Harris. Back to that Harris. And no go, and another rebound here for Eastern. In the Kanice, and she'll draw the foul. So Eastern had Jalen Harris and Naomi Harris working it pretty good from the outside, keeping the ball alive for the Eagles. As they'll head over to the free throw line, it'll be Kanice, 46-33, 13-point lead. Free throw goes. So Kanice connects on that. 47-33, 14-point lead now for the Eagles. That free throw goes. Now we'll get a substitute here for Eastern. Number 12 into the ball game, Glenn. Smith pulls up her dribble. Castor, skip pass, Giordano. Eastern playing this defense pretty quick and pretty wide. But Jericho gets it into Castor. Castor goes up and in. Feed Ashley Castor. That seems to be the formula here if you're the Colonels. She's been efficient inside, can score the bucket. And had 6 points at half. Smith-Jericho had 8. 48-35, 5:34 on the clock. Guess the goal here for Tara Machado, get it down to 8 or 9, and then you have a quarter to play. Anything else is a bonus. And you start the half down 17. Smith-Jericho, Kendra Smith is caller with a travel. Alfano back in the game here. .5:16 on the clock. 5:10 on the clock now. And Eastern has the basketball in a half-court set, and they call it travel. So we'll go back the Colonel's way. Trailing by 13 to the Eagles of Eastern. Alfano now with the basketball. She's got Kelly. Kelly over to Giordano. Just can't seem to get the right spread here as Eastern's done a good job defensively with their zone. Kelly for a three. Maddie Kelly hits a three and a timeout. Colonels, 32nd. No, they call a full timeout. So now down 10 with 4:47 on the clock. We'll take an audio timeout, and we'll be right back here as we get to that audio timeout with this full timeout by the Colonels. All right, we're back here for live basketball action at Eastern. 48-38 Eastern leads after Wilkes University 3 and a timeout. Kings women are trailing DeSales this afternoon by a bunch at halftime. DeSales very, very talented. Long range shot, and that one goes from Glenn. 51-38 with 4:19 on the clock as Glenn hits the three for Eastern. Turnover by Wilkes. So you come off a timeout, you give up a three, and you turn the ball over on the first offensive possession. That's not a lot of fun right now if you're Wilkes. Eastern with the basketball. And it's going to be a turnover. It went out of bounds. It'll be Wilkes' ball. Coach Eric Houston getting a little animated here right now and trying to get them going. And here comes Wilkes with that half-court offense. Castor has the basketball about 6 feet away. Ashley Castor to the rack. Ashley Castor can finish the rack. 51-40, 11-point deficit. Feed Castor's got to be the theme right now. Get those instant points here for Wilkes. There's Eastern. Half-court offense, 3:23 on the clock here in the third quarter. Kanice, no offensive foul called. Coming forward, and Stuffins. Castor stuffs Eastern right there. So going to the rack was number 4, Denasia Brown, and they stuck it to her. Ball goes inbounds. That shot doesn't make the shot clock. Shot clock violation with 3:14 to go. Shot from Castor. Far out there, no go. .244 on the clock. And there's a long ranger by Glenn. So Glenn lighting it up and can do that off the bench. And now we get a substitution. 14-point lead for Eastern. Missed shot by the Colonels. Shot the other way by Eastern. That's no good by McLaughlin. Now we come down with 2:09 on the clock. Alfano is caught, gets it to Giordano. Giordano drives in. Giordano shoots and scores. 54-42, 12-point deficit. Eric Houston not happy and calls a timeout, 30-second timeout right now. Back to live action. Eastern drives down. Eastern gets it tipped away. No foul called. Eric Houston is still agitated over there on the bench. 1:53 on the clock. 54-42, 12-point lead for the Eagles. Rebound and score. So a crazy shot there by Glenn, and then a rebound by Brown, and put it up and in. Maddie Kelly stolen, and here comes Harris the other way. And no travel called as Naomi Harris stopped and then ended up putting it in. 1:23 on the clock, 16-point lead for Eastern, dominating right now. Foul on the floor. Robertson's in, Smacherko is out. 1:19 on the clock, a knifing Roberts. Missed an easy gimme layup. Couldn't get her feet arranged right, took a long stride, and that did her in. Giordano falls down defending there. Shot, no go. Roberts on the rebound, and now one of the Eastern players takes a tumble. And substitutions on both ends. So Brianna Young-Harris is in the ball game, playing some tough defense down low for Eastern. Giordano loses her defender, or loses the offensive player as a defender, and nonetheless Eastern misses the shot. 58-42 is the score, 43 seconds left in quarter number 3. Wilkes trails by 16. They've trailed by as many as 17. Giordano with the basketball. Giordano takes a shot, and she goes in and out over Brianna Young-Harris. So now Glenn will bring it down. Glenn's played a lot today. Manika Glenn played 14 minutes in the first half. They'll settle for this final shot here. Shot clock off about 2 seconds. 58-42 is the score. Here comes Eastern. Do they turn it over? They do. Castor, 7 seconds. They got to get it. Giordano's hands. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Giordano with a runner. Giordano scores and falls down and tumbles over. 58-44. Quarter number 3 in the books. We'll get back for quarter number 4 here on the John Mendola Show. All right, back to live action here. Quarter number 4 between Wilkes and Eastern. We appreciate joining us here on the John Mendola Show. We're going to foul as Roberts takes it to the rack. I want to thank our friends at McCarthy Tire Service, locations in Wilkes, Cranston, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport, for supporting Wilkes Colonels athletics all season long, along with Frank's Rocatch State Farm, located in Tunkhannock. Frank there for any of your insurance questions that you have. Give Frank a call, 570-836-4000, and our Carol and Janelle, the pizza capital of the world, and their takeaway kitchen. Thank you, our Carol and Janelle, McCarthy Tire, and Frank's Rocatch. Castor out, Alfano in. (58-44). Wilkes trails by 14. They're going to need a huge fourth quarter, including free throw lines. Going to have to be in their pocket. Rebound after the miss. They're going to need hustle right there. Maddie Kelly gets the job done. Kendra Smith. Giordano at the top of the key. Giordano gets it. Tries to rifle one into Roberts. Roberts gets caught underneath Alfano for 3 outside. In and out. Tipped ball, and Eastern coming down all alone. It's going to be Glenn. And Glenn goes down and scores. 60-44. 16-point deficit. 9:21 on the clock. Giordano now with the basketball. Giordano goes up and draws the foul. That's 2 fouls here in the first minute on Eastern, so it gives Wilkes an opportunity to get to that free throw line. Castor's going to come back in a minute. Free throw goes. Castor in, Roberts out. Free throw goes as well. So Wilkes will apply a lot of pressure here in this final stanza. Trailing now by 14 to the Eagles of Eastern, looking for their first Freedom Conference victory this season. Went to overtime the last time these two played. Smacherko looking to check back in. Eastern moving that ball around. Harris to Harris. Now they get it over. Kanice hits the jumper. So Vicky Kanice scores a bucket. It's a little closer to double figures here for her. 62-46, 8:35 on the clock. Wilkes trailing. A foul by Eastern again. 3rd foul. And we're only 8:33. So a minute 27 into this ball game. Inbound here for the Colonels. Corner. Alfano can't make it. Castor, it's tipped away out of her hands. Here comes Eastern pushing it. And pushing is Brianna Young-Harris, and then they throw it away. 8:21 on the clock, so instead of slowing things down, making a disciplined effort, the Eagles throw that ball away. It'll be Colonel basketball. Wilkes down with a basketball. Giordano gets fouled. Going to be the 4th Eastern foul here. 8:13 on the clock, so Wilkes going to have some opportunities here as they have brought Eastern into 4 fouls in the first under 2 minutes. Free throw goes from Giordano. Gab Giordano, her 2nd free throw. And she hits that. (62-48). Eagles in front over the Colonels. Coming up on under 8 minutes of play right now. 7:59 there on the clock. Eagles moving that ball around, looking for some patient offense. We're going to get a foul or a travel. Well, we're going to get a foul on Alfano. So the first foul of the half on Alyssa Alfano from the Colonels. Kendra Smith into the lineup. Hard foul there. I'll call that on Giordano. .7:48 to go. Still 62-48. Eastern leads Wilkes here at St. David's. Eastern taking their time, working the ball around. 22 seconds on the shot clock. .13 on the shot clock. Shot up and in. So that one is credited to Naomi Harris. Here comes Giordano. Gab Giordano, long. And a rebound over there by number 32 for Eastern. Oh, nice job doing the gig. Actually, that was Glenn on the rebound, number 12. Wilkes comes the other way and Stuffins over there. Bree Young Harris on the stuff. Wilkes gets it back though. Wilkes just can't get that offense in sync. Maddie Kelly gets the roller from the corner on the three. .64-51 is the score. 6:24 on the clock. Shot on the inside, missed by the Eagles. Another shot and another miss, but they're going to draw some contact. Kanice will head over to the free throw line. Eastern is going to host Kings on Wednesday. Kanice on the free throw line. 6:19 to play in this ball game. 64-51 the score. Eastern leads. Free throw goes. Kramer comes in for the Colonels. .66-51, 6:16 on the clock. Turnover. Glenn, who is just very athletic for Eastern, made the play. Under 6 minutes to play. Eastern up 15. That shot is missed. And no over the back called there by Kanice. Giordano got a little frustrated there. Dribbled down. Giordano will go in for the free throw. Free throw goes. 14-point deficit here for Wilkes. Giordano hits. Here comes the full court pressure out of the Wilkes. And Kelly almost had her arms wrapped around her. No call, foul call. Trapping over here. Now they're going to get a push on Kelly. 14 foul. 5:42 on the clock. Wilkes trails by 13. Just need to play some solid defense here. They got a turnover every minute. They're right where they need to be. 66-53. Eastern moving right in front of it. And they finish the basket. It is Glenn. Kramer way downtown, not her shot, and Giordano gets a clear path to get a layup, and Wilkes takes a timeout, 68-55. Still a 13-point deficit. Take an audio timeout, be right back. Back to live action. Eastern has the basketball, leading by 13 with 4:50 on the clock right now. No travel called there as Bree Young-Harris tried to get it up and in. Now we got a foul, and I think it's going to go Wilkes' way. So Canise gets called the foul. That's her fourth. It'll be Gab Giordano headed to the free throw line. So here's Giordano trying to get some more free throws. Free throw goes. (68-56). Wilkes seeing if they can get to 11. They do. Substitutes, Macherko in for Castor. Kramer's in. So Wilkes trails by 11. It seems like they should have gone away, but they're a bad itch right now for Eastern. Well, they come down with their controlled offense that they've had. Jalen Harris has the basketball. Got it over to Glenn. Hit off of Harris, and it's got to be backcourt. Eric Houston, not a happy fella. The official explains it to him. 4:28 on the clock. Wilkes will have the ball at half court. Can they get it to single digits? It's been forever since they were trailing by single digits here. Eastern has just been that good today. Wilkes hasn't been good. Castor shoots and scores, down 9. 68-59, 4:15 on the clock. Wilkes starting to make that run. A team that has some positive energy right now and a couple wins under the belt. Eastern still looking for that first win in the conference. Oh, a swat by Castor. Best block this year for Wilkes. Get that out of there. Can they turn it into points right now? Castor open, top of the key. Castor elbow. Castor tries to bank, doesn't make it. And then Kelly makes a quick foul there with 3:49 on the clock. 68-59. Wilkes has been short on the bench today, and the players they've used. Come the free throws. No go. So a missed free throw out of Naomi Harris. Makes that one. 10-point advantage here. Alfano with the ball. Alfano tries to get it in, almost throws it away. As the keeper dribble longer. Giordano looking. Giordano strip. Giordano gets it back. Giordano to Castor. Castor with a 9-footer. Castor scores and a timeout for the Colonels. 69-61, 3:29 on the clock. And Wilkes saying, maybe we got a chance here. We're back. 3:27 on the clock. Live action. Wilkes down 8 in the final stands of the Eastern. They've trailed just about the whole day here. They shot terrible. They haven't played well, but somehow they're in the game within 8 points. 3:11 on the clock. Eastern looking for their first conference win. Wilkes beat them in overtime 2 weeks ago. Steal by Giordano. And Alfano comes up with it. 2:58 on the clock. Good denial there. Just got to be smart with the basketball. Kramer to Giordano. Giordano over to Kelly. Kelly looks. Kelly drives in. Kelly doesn't make it. Kramer's hands off her 2 hands. Right there was Steph Kramer. Eastern of the basketball. 2:45 on the clock. One you think you can win, but one not lining up well for you. Glenn now with the basketball. Wide open Eagle. Like Cabbage was nursing that injury today. Didn't get a lot of action, so Alfano's seen a little more time today. They got an advantage down low against Alfano, but there's only 6 seconds on the shot clock. Glenn, shot is off. Poked away. It's going to be Wilkes basketball. So Castor back in. Kramer out. 8-point deficit, 2:17 on the clock. Wilkes has a chance. And Alfano waits to get the basketball. Alfano into Castor, over to the corner. Almost off the hands of Smicherko. Back in the Castor, and we got a turnover. It's not the same when Gab Giordano doesn't have her hands on the ball. She did not in that half-court set there. And the ball ended up getting turned away. Oh, almost a travel there by Eastern. They didn't call it. Here comes Harris. Harris is corralled over there by Smicherko, and they'll call a foul on her. So she'll get a couple of free throws here because we're in the bonus. Was on the floor. Free throw is off the mark. 1:48 on the clock. Roberts comes in. Smicherko comes out. 8-point deficit. Good Wilkes find a way, somehow, some way to get this done. Free throw no good as well. Over the back. No, they don't call it. And Eastern comes up with a rebound. So 2 athletic plays by Eastern and a timeout call by them at 1:41. So Wilkes had 2 opportunities there to grab the basketball. Audio timeout coming your way.
All right, we're back. Wilkes now defending, down 8. Glenn with the basketball, Kelly defending her, and Glenn gets tripped by Kelly. So on that free throw line will be Glenn. 1:32 to play, 2 free throw shots. 69-61 is the score. Let's see what we can do here for the Colonels. And they tally that point. 70 and now 71 as 10-point lead. Pressure by Eastern. Alfano has it. Alfano to the rack. Alfano throws an errant shot. And coming up and Castor trying to grab it. And then Eastern, and now they're going to give it the foul on Wilkes, and Eastern will have the basketball. Alfano will have her 4th foul. Coach Machado, a couple rare questions for the officials. She's always plays it pretty close to the vest. And a whiner by no means. You've seen a lot of coaches before, just asking the official for an explanation. Still a 10-point deficit. Wilkes still has a chance here. Substitution, they missed that first free throw. That free throw goes. 72-61, 1:20 on the clock. Alfano will bring it down. Gets it over to Aferio. Steph Kramer for 3. Long Ranger goes long. And it is a carry on Eastern. Substitute Glenn comes back in. 1:09 on the clock. From the corner and 1 goes Aferio. How about that? A 4-point opportunity here for Wilkes. 72-64. They trail by 8. Can they make it 7? Coach Machado mentioning who he'd like to foul over there. Castor out. Smecherko in. 1:05 on the clock. And Aferio with that big 3 and the and 1 right now. Free throw looks good. It is. 72-65. Wilkes down 7. Just under 1 minute to play right now. The Colonels trying to scramble to see if they can get a foul and some missed free throws and get back and get a little bit closer. 7's been the lowest number we've seen in a while here for the Colonels. Free throw goes. (73-65) now. 58.8 seconds to go here at Eastern as the Colonels trail. That free throw goes as well. 74-65. Full court pressure out of Eastern right now. Giordano, and they draw a foul. So as much as Coach Eric Houston wants his team to get some pressure and slow Wilkes down, now they stop the clock with 56 seconds to go, and Giordano, who's been pretty fresh on that free throw line, she could hit both here potentially. Free throw is in. Giordano misses that, and then Alferio gets a quick foul. 54.4 seconds to go. 8-point lead. Free throw no good for Eastern. That free throw missed as well. Who's going to get it? It's a scramble, and can Nice and Eastern come up with it. Now another foul out of the Colonel. So huge, huge effort here for Eastern, and Wilkes not able to come up with that rebound. (75-66). 76-66. The free throw goes. Foul on Eastern again with 48.6 seconds to go. So every time Eastern fouls, the clock stops. Don't like the strategy here if you're following this Eastern Wilkes game, but good for the Colonels right now. And you get a clock that stops. If you could hit the free throws, you might be able to bite your way back into this on a couple of missed free throws from Eastern. 76-67. The longest minute ever here, with a lot of fouls. They're going to keep going back and forth. Alfano hits that, and Houston calls a timeout. 30-second timeout taken by Eastern. We'll be right back. We are back to live action. Turnover almost there. Eastern still has the basketball. 46.4 seconds to go. Foul on Alferio. Brown ready to hit that free throw line. It is a 8-point lead here from Eastern. 45.4 seconds to go. She hits the first one. Kramer in, Castor out. Free throw goes. 78-68. Wilkes throws up a three. Doesn't make it. That was Alferio. And then a battle. And it's going to be another foul on Wilkes. Well, this may do it now. 37.5 seconds to go. 10-point advantage. They could stretch it to 12. Free throw goes. So Glenn hits that free throw. 79-68 is the score. 37.5 seconds on the clock. That free throw as well. 12-point lead here. And a steal by Eastern. And an athletic move by Glenn. A huge play by Glenn. We're going to have a reset on the clock here. So 82 to 68 is the score. There's 31 seconds to go. We're trying to meander that clock to the right amount of time the officials want. I have a little trouble with it. Comes Wilkes. Alferio tries to draw in and no go. And that's going to do it. Eastern is going to walk away with their first conference win of the year. 80 without their best player. 82 to 68 versus the Colonels. We appreciate you joining us here on the John Mendola Show on the Wilkes University Broadcast Network. Your final score, Eastern 82, the Colonels 68. The men's game coming your way in the next 25 minutes here on YouTube.